Hello and welcome to my channel. The card I'm going to share with you today and song are like a balm for the soul. So if you're feeling a little bit frazzled or a bit out of sorts, I hope this will be a nice comforting video for you. So the card I've chosen today is the Six of Swords. So you can see it. So this is the Rider Waite, which I'm sure lots of you will recognise. It shows a woman and a small child and this figure here who seems to be steering them away from this troubled waters here to calmer waters, to a place of safety. And I think I see this card, I tend to see myself as this hunched figure here. The child as like my inner child, the part of me that feels scared and wounded, and this as my higher consciousness, my soul, the part of me that is in touch with spirit and can see the bigger picture and has that kind of broader perspective. I tend to draw this card when I have felt quite frazzled, and then this card is like a big exhale. It's like when I can relax, get the broader picture, feel a little bit more detached from what's happening, and feel kind of hopeful again. My favourite depiction of this card comes from the Marielle. And all the sixes in the Marielle tarot show angels. And this is Angel Raphael, who's associated with healing. And again, I kind of see, I see the dog as like my instincts, the kind of raw part of me, the id, if you like. I see this little child here again as my inner child, the part of me that's pre-verbal. And this, even though I am now a middle-aged woman, I still see this as myself, the slightly older one. And I think it's interesting because they're all looking this way, and the angel, which Marielle also says you could see as your higher consciousness or your super ego or whatever you like to call it, but it's interesting because they're not looking at the angel, and we can see the angel, but can they? Do they know the angel is there guiding them, protecting them? And it is. It's a lovely card. I think it kind of speaks to how we feel a lot of the time. Like, I think of the times, especially when, like, just after I lost my parents, and it's that feeling that there are kind of spirits, or they're not even necessarily my mum or dad, but there are spirits or someone looking after me and guiding me during that really troubled time. The final card I just want to share with you quickly is from the Painted Tarot, and I'll put a link to where you can buy this. It's a beautiful, I mean, the colours are stunning in this deck, and it is a sort of deck that has a real emotional impact on me. The cards tend to be quite simple. They are nearly all, I think, drawn or based on dancers that Sophie Mackay Knight observed. And there's that grace there. There's the birds here, which often appear, these hummingbirds, as a kind of symbols of hope. And I think you've got that kind of beauty and harmony that you expect from the sixes in the colour palette she's used. And this kind of turquoisey blue is a particular colour that I sort of associate with spirit and hope. So I'll just quickly talk about the song I could have chosen, and then I'll talk about what I did choose. So there wasn't, if I'm honest, I think I had a pretty strong idea straight away which card. As soon as I remembered this particular song, I had a strong idea and thought, yeah, no, that's the one for Six of Swords. But I could have chosen another one from this album again. I think I could have chosen Knight of the Swallow, but that seems, there's this air of kind of desperation and speed in that song, which I do not think is present in the card. So this is, I might have to zoom out a little bit. Yeah, this is the card that I have created. Hope you can see that. The light is not great today. It's a really overcast day, so it's been quite hard to light this. And now I'm looking at it through the screen. It looks a really dark card, so it doesn't. This is more like a turquoisey blue. This picture is from John Carter Bush's book, which I talk about in my introductory video to the tarot deck, and it's full of stunning pictures, but I would say that for me, in some ways, that's useful, that's helpful. But for this one in particular, it was such a beautiful photo. I didn't really want to do much with it. And then I felt kind of inhibited, and I wasn't sure how I was going to treat it in the card and what I was going to add. This water here took so many different goes. I used a gesso with a blue, and it looked really patchy to start with and looked really bad through the camera then. And I think this is better. This seems to marry more with the folds of the cloth. The the words I am really struggling with. I have to try and work out what I'm going to do with this. I've been using gesso, doing it like a mirror text and doing like a print on the wet gesso, leaving it to dry, then peeling it off, and then using my pen to write again over the words that have invariably look really tatty after I've torn off the paper. I'm probably not explaining that very well, but it's not really working. So I think if I do ever get this printed, and it will only be for my own use if I do, I think I would probably paint over this or get rid of this and maybe even have a white border or use kind of computer to write the text. The picture, I loved the photo because it kind of, I mean, let me just show you and just go in a little bit more. So she's holding this owl. It's not a real owl. It's just a statue or something. And I really loved the way she's looking at it, the relationship between, like she's kind of looking after the owl. And this drape, I thought there was something quite religious and Mother Mary-like about it. And it comes from a photo shoot from Never Forever, which is not contemporary with the song that I've chosen. The crown here, or halo if you like, is from an icon of Mother Mary. I think she's called Mother of Vladimir, I think. It's a Russian icon. I'll put a link. And this icon is kind of, this is a copy, this is a 17th century copy, and I chose it because the frame is so beautiful. But the icon itself is credited with miracles, and it's credited with protecting Moscow from attack from armies, like in the 12th and 13th century, that sort of thing. So there's a lot of, it's very treasured, that's what I should say. And there's one legend, which I doubt is true, is that the original icon was painted by Luke from the Gospels. And Luke, we think, was probably a doctor or physician as well. So I liked that link again, which I thought had a link with that Raphael angel. And the kind of Luke being an educated, one of the kind of very educated writers of the Gospel, and that knowledge and the positive side of air, which we associate with ideas and thoughts and philosophy. So let me just show you the words again. So rest your weary world in their hands. That is from this album. It is from Among Angels. And I thought what I would do, I couldn't find much of what Kate Bush actually says about this song, except that she talks, or she writes about angels in Lily from Red Shoes, and I think she's sincere in believing in angels. I think they are a important presence to her. Important. So I'm just going to read it from here because the writing's nice and big. Okay. Actually, I won't put it. I'll put the card and just zoom out again. So I'll read it and you can just look at the card. But I think this is beautiful, and what I get a sense from the song is that it is about someone who is going through a tough time, and it's her encouragement to say, you're going through this really difficult time, but there are like guardian angels. There are beings that you can't see, that you may sense, but you can't see, and you may find hard to believe, but they are there, and they are helping you through this time. So let me read it. I'll try and read it like a poem rather than as a song lyrics without the music, if you see what I mean. So I won't try and follow the rhythm of the song, which might sound a bit strange. Excuse me, I'm just going to have some water because I'm going to cough first. Right. Let me read the poem to you. Poem or lyrics? Among angels. Only you can do something about it. There's no one there, my friend, any better. I might know what you mean when you say you fall apart. Aren't we all the same, in and out of doubt? I can see angels standing around you. They shimmer like mirrors in summer, but you don't know it. And they will carry you over the walls. If you need us, just call. Rest your weary world in their hands. Lay your broken laugh at their feet. I can see angels around you. They shimmer like mirrors in summer. There's someone who's loved you forever, but you don't know it. You might feel it and just not show it. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to watch more. And put your comments down below if you can think of another song, Kate Bush song, you think would be great for Six of Swords. Thank you. Bye-bye.